How's it going, Gemini? It's Robin here with AriesFireTarot. Welcome here, guys. So it's time for mid-month readings for September 2020, and this is going to be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So whatever reason you are guided here for, I hope you enjoy the reading and that it does resonate, but keep in mind, everyone, it's a general read. So what I'm doing is I'm using the Starguide spread, but I've been guided to use the first two card placements only and then pull the rest on an intuitive basis. It's usually a 6-card spread, but I was guided to just use 2 cards from the spread. And of course, I'll be using the Starman tarot card deck. And for those of you seeing this deck for the first time, it was inspired by David Bowie, and he collaborated on the artwork. So you'll see his face in some of the cards, which I just love it. I love pulling cards where David Bowie is peering out. So I'm going to start your reading right away. I just wanted to thank you guys for subscribing and all of your comments. I just sending love and light. So let's have a look at the present situation you could be experiencing now, or which is available in the collective energy for you. So there we go. Okay, so I'm getting 2 cards, so I'm going to pull them both. So we have the Sun here, and we have the Devil. Wow. All right, so people tend to freak out a little bit when we see the Devil card, but you know, the Devil is something that is that you have to deal with. Everybody has their shadow self. People grow up with their shadow self, and this is something that probably comes in as you age a little bit. The Sun card is giving you the opportunity to shine a light into the deepest corners of yourself, you know, into your mind, into your heart, and see what can be removed so that you can start. I'm getting words like living a more fruitful life, living a more abundant life, living a life of greater resonance. We'll go back to the Devil card a little bit. So the shadow comes up in order to protect you. Okay, these are things that you can develop anger, you can develop bad habits or addictions, you know, and people tend to avoid their shadow self. They can feel really ashamed of it, but it's there for a reason. And everybody balances in light and dark, and everybody has a shadow self. Everybody. So it's nothing to be ashamed of, you guys. And it is really time to start healing your shadow, you know, because it's calling for help. It is you. It's just the other side of you. So when you approach your shadow self with shame, with the aspect of having to hide certain parts of your personality, it's just going to fester, you know. It's nothing that can be ignored. So it is time here, what I'm seeing in these cards for you, Gemini, is it's time to start shining a light on yourself and seeing what can be healed and removed and accepted, so that, you know what, if you're not going to be able to accept yourself, how can you expect somebody else to? And you know, everybody that you're talking to is going to have a shadow self. Like, I have a shadow, you know, and it's there for a reason. And it's being able to show compassion and love to that shadow self and integrating it into your lighter self that is going to help you move forward in leaps and bounds on your path. So let's see why there might be some conflict with you not being able to do that. So you have the 9 of Swords. So there could be an element of fear of not being accepted for you guys if you show your oh boy, that's a tough one. Show your shadow self to other people, including yourself. You know, sometimes people do things that they're not necessarily proud of. You know, especially if you have anger issues, or you say the wrong thing, or you know, there's just so many things that people do when their shadow self takes over. So And this is really stressing you out, and it's causing that shadow self to come out even more. It could be showing in your level of anxiety. It could be showing in how you are leaning on bad habits. You know, if you've taken up things that have gotten you through a rough patch, and it turns into a phase where the release turns into the problem. So, and there's a lot of stress here with the Nine of Swords, and it's causing this really vicious cycle. It can feel like the darkness is winning sometimes, like the devil really is stepping to the front, and maybe you're not recognizing who you are right now, but this is where the sun is coming out, and it's really shining in there, and it's saying, it's, you know, it's okay to feel all of this, but how are you going to heal it? You know, so like that is the question right now. How are you going to heal your shadow? And how are you going to send love and light to your shadow in order to move forward? So I'm not an energy clearing person. I don't deal with shadow work, but there's plenty of people out there, and I'm sure there's lots of meditations that you guys could rely on. That feeling shame for yourself or feeling angry towards yourself, it feeds that darkness. So let's pull another card. So you have the Five of Cups. So there's a heavy energy around you guys. Whoa. Okay. You've got the Nine of Swords, which is fear and anxiety thinking. You've got the Five of Cups, which is really feeling sorrowful. And this could be a real trigger. When things happen, I'm just going to move you guys. When things happen that change your life irrevocably, and not for your favor. You know, I used to work with somebody, and she was just not a nice person. But then I found out that when she was on her way to get married, her fiance was killed in a car accident on the way to the church, and she was never the same person after that. So there's something that likely happened in your past, you guys, that changed you irrevocably. But you don't have to let that take you over to the point where you're not even somebody that you recognize anymore, or you're not proud of yourself, or you feel like you wish things could have been different. And life is inexplicable, you guys. You know, but it's really time to move past whatever treachery or pain or betrayal happened in your past, so that you can live a more abundant life. You know, and the dark night of the soul, which many of you could be entrenched in right now, can be extremely challenging, because that is truly where you meet your shadow. And whatever causes your shadow to loom up above you, you do have the power here, especially with the Sun card, to really illuminate that and minimize it and accept it. I'm going to pull one more card here for you, Gemini. So you have the Four of Wands. So what I'm seeing here is that you can absolutely walk towards brighter times, more enjoyable times. Bring yourself out into the light a little bit more. You can see that there's a pair, and it seems like children here, walking towards a brighter future. And there is the flower of life in the background. There's pentacles. There's much more abundance to you, and you can see the chakras of the heart blossoming forward. Four of Wands is absolutely beautiful. There could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries fire sign coming in to help you along this path, so that you can enlighten up a little bit and not feel trapped anymore by something that happened in your past. And instead of hiding in shame, you can step out into the sunshine and really start living again, Gemini, you know. And just know that everyone goes through this, and it might not make you feel any better, but you shouldn't feel ashamed, okay, of having your shadow. I see some of you do have quite a bit of work to do here on your dark night of the soul, or minimizing your shadow self and the emotions that are coming in with it that are very strong right now. So I'm going to leave it there for you, Gemini, and I just want to send you love and light and many blessings. Okay, take care. Bye.